You know, this whole explainer is really built on one simple, but honestly pretty unsettling idea. The idea is that all the pollution we see, the stuff choking our rivers and oceans, it isn't just some problem out there. It's actually a mirror, reflecting something that's happening deep inside of us. So let's dive into that a little closer.
This sentence right here, this is really the core of everything we're going to talk about. It's this idea that whatever we dump into our water, well, it doesn't start at a factory type. No, it starts as a thought, as a choice, as something we prioritize in our own minds. It definitely sets a heavy tone, but it's a really important one for what's coming next.
Okay, so first things first, let's look at this symptom. The thing that we can all see with our own eyes, right? Before we get to the diagnosis, we've got to face the visible, tangible evidence of a world that is, frankly, struggling to breathe. You know, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around it now, but there was a time when our relationship with water was, well, it was one of total reverence. I mean, it was the source of all life, and we treated it that way. People could actually drink from streams. Kids could play without being afraid. There was this fundamental, unspoken trust between us and the natural world.
So what changed? What went wrong? Well, it wasn't some big, sudden event. It was this quiet, creeping shift in what we valued. The pursuit of profit, slowly but surely, started to outweigh the preservation of life. And pretty soon, just dumping waste became the go-to move, simply because it was easier, it was cheaper, and hey, the consequences felt like they were a million miles away.
All right, so let's get to the central idea here. We've seen that poisoned reflection in the water. Now it's time to look at what's actually casting that reflection. We're going to shift our focus from the symptom outside to the unseen cause inside.
Now, this is where we really have to shift our perspective. See, we're all kind of conditioned to see pollution as this external thing, right? It's about factories, it's about plastic bottles, but that's just the end of the story. The real problem, the source argues, starts way, way earlier. It starts inside the human mind.
And this is what that thought process actually looks like. The source has a name for it: dirty thinking. It's that quiet little voice in the back of your head, the one that says, someone else will fix it. Or, I'll just get what I can now and worry about the rest later. It's that super convenient assumption that the consequences aren't our problem, or at least not our problem right now. So this naturally brings us to the why. If dirty thinking is the diagnosis, what's the underlying logic that lets it grow and spread? Let's dig into the real cause of this pretty destructive mindset.
I mean, it's a huge paradox when you stop and think about it, isn't it? This question really cuts right to the heart of our behavior. How can we, as a supposedly intelligent species, knowingly destroy the one thing that is absolutely essential for our survival?
Well, here are the answers the source lays out for us. It comes down to a few things. 1, we're just wired for that short-term win. 2, we are relentless in our chase for comfort. 3, we have this almost superpower-level ability to ignore consequences that aren't staring us right in the face. And finally, we act as if delayed pain, the pain felt by other people or even our future selves, just isn't real.
So if we're so good at pretending that delayed pain doesn't exist, who actually ends up feeling it? Because someone always does. And this is where this whole thing shifts from just a psychological analysis to, frankly, a human tragedy. We have to talk about who really truly pays the price for our choices.
And let's be absolutely clear. This burden is not shared equally, not even close. The consequences land hardest on the people with the least amount of power, the ones who didn't even cause the problem and have no way to protect themselves from it. We're talking about poor families, we're talking about children, and we're talking about every single person in future generations. And just imagine, this is the haunting question they are going to ask, a question that's really being directed back at us, right here, right now. It completely reframes our convenient little choices today as their profound, painful loss tomorrow. So let's move into our final section and see how this all comes together. The thing is, this isn't presented as some hopeless, doomed situation. Not at all. It's framed as a moment of decision, and the source uses this short, really powerful story to frame our future as a conscious choice we have to make.
The story starts with this incredibly simple but just devastating image. Think about it. A gesture that should be all about giving life, about providing nourishment, instead becomes the symbol of complete failure. It's the physical transfer of a poisoned inheritance from one generation to the next.
In the child's question, it's just so pure. so direct. It completely cuts through all the excuses, all the complicated economics, and it just asks the most fundamental question there is: why?
And the grandfather's reply is just brutally honest. There's no trying to shift the blame, no making excuses. It's just a stark, raw confession, a direct admission that a choice was made. Our generation chose comfort over care.
And this is where it all leaves us. Not with a neat and tidy answer, but with a challenge. A direct challenge to you, to me, to all of us. The possibility of a cleaner future, it depends entirely on a change of mind, on our generation choosing, actively choosing to be wiser than the last one. Because in the end, you see, the real question isn't about how we're going to clean the water, it's about how we're going to cleanse ourselves.